What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Iron Digital. I'm your host, D Wills, and I was looking at what was going on through Twitter, and I seen that this guy Jackson Palmer, one of the co-creators of Dogecoin, he put out some pretty interesting things about why he doesn't want to return to the crypto industry, and he got a lot of slack for it. So I thought I would just do a short video covering it. I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and then I'll give you my thoughts. It says the co-creator of Dogecoin explains why he doesn't plan to return to crypto. It's controlled by a powerful cartel of wealthy figures. Okay, Jackson Palmer, the co-creator of the meme-inspired cryptocurrency Dogecoin, made a rare return to Twitter on Wednesday with some harsh words about crypto in general. I am often asked if I will return to cryptocurrency or begin regularly sharing my thoughts on the topic again. My answer is a wholehearted no, Palmer tweeted on Wednesday. In 2013, Palmer and Billy Marcus created Dogecoin as a joke based on the Doge meme, which portrays a Shiba Inu dog. Marcus and Palmer didn't intend for Dogecoin to be taken seriously, but the coin has recently taken off, and Dogecoin is currently one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market value. Earlier this year, it hit an all-time high of nearly 74 cents. Despite its recent surge in popularity, Marcus and Palmer haven't profited as they both sold out before Dogecoin's meteoric rise. In his Twitter thread, Palmer criticized those in power in the cryptocurrency space, saying that it is controlled by a powerful cartel of wealthy figures who have evolved to incorporate many of the same institutions tied to the existing centralized financial system they supposedly set out to replace. Palmer also criticized how crypto is shared and marketed in another tweet. In another tweet, he alleged that the cryptocurrency industry leverages a network of shady business connections, bought influencers, and pay-for-play media outlets to perpetuate a cult-like get-rich-quick funnel designed to extract new money from the financially desperate and naive. Palmer admits this type of financial exploitation existed before cryptocurrency, but says he still believes that the crypto industry hurts the average person who join it. The average people who join it. Person, doesn't matter, it's both the same. He also believes it is susceptible to fraud similar to other cryptocurrency critics. Okay. In response to Palmer's threat, Marcus, Dogecoin's other creator, tweeted that Palmer points are generally valid. There's a lot of terrible people who are involved in the crypto space, and I completely understand why he would feel negative about it. Marcus wrote, I understand his perspective, and we both saw mostly the negative side of all this, he said in another tweet. The crypto community can be pretty elitist and not very inclusive, and we wanted to make a community that was more fun, lighthearted, and inclusive. Marcus previously told CNBC make it about creating Dogecoin. It worked and is why the Dogecoin community consistently maintains a presence. Okay, so that is the article. My thoughts on this. Well, first of all, I'll just start off by saying that this guy, Palmer, I agree with some of what he said, and I also disagree with some of what he said. No, I don't really disagree with some of what he said. I really pretty much agree with almost all of what he says, to be honest with you. I just think that let's be honest here. The guy is definitely mad. He's definitely pissed off because he missed out on billions of dollars. Him and the guy who co-created Dogecoin, they missed out on billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. They would have became multi-billionaires had they kept and just held on to the tokens. But, because they didn't, obviously they didn't get a chance to reap the rewards. I believe this guy talking right here, this Palmer guy, he sold the coins for like a Dodge or a Honda or something like that, some kind of used vehicle. So definitely a lot of stuff that he gave up. If it was me and this kind of situation happened, I would definitely come from a place of being bitter, just because come on now, we know that anybody who has billions of dollars, who had the potential to make billions of dollars, and now they've made a few $1,000s, maybe $10,000, $20,000. That's a huge thing to live with. Now, to his credit, I will say that, to be honest with you, majority of what he said actually is correct. And guys, and the thing is, people will sit up there and they'll try to be like, they'll try to bash what he's saying. Like, oh, well, he's only saying that because it's mad. Well, yeah, he's saying that because he's mad that he gave up billions of dollars, but a lot of what he said actually is true. It really is. So let's find a couple parts, break this down a bit. Okay, the cryptocurrency industry leverages a network of shady business connections, true, bought influencers, and pay-for-play media outlets to perpetuate a cult-like get-rich-quick funnel designed to attract new money from the financially desperate and naive. All of that is true. Like 100% of that is true. Here's the thing. The technology of cryptocurrency is extremely powerful. It is going to be revolutionary and evolutionary in terms of building on or being the next step of the current infrastructure, the legacy system. But understand that because the space is so new, it's only 12 years old, that it's going to attract a lot of different things, a lot of things that we don't like, a lot of things that's going to smear and ruin its reputation in the beginning, just like the internet was back in 95. I mean, it's really no different. Nobody thought that the internet was going to make it. There was very few people who thought it was going to make it. So, you had a lot of different things that was going on in that space as well. And because, again, this space is so new, it leaves a lot of different gaps and gray areas for people to get scammed. There's no regulatory oversight. So it's the Wild Wild West. I mean, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in a year with very low money to start with. And you can also lose. You can also start with millions of dollars and lose all of your money. Get scammed, rug pulled, whatever the case is. It's really out here in this space. And, as far as what he's talking about with the financially desperate and naive, he's absolutely correct. There's a lot of people who want to be financially free, and unfortunately, they don't understand. A lot of these people lack education when it comes to the financial infrastructure and markets and being able to understand market mechanics, being able to understand the banking system, being able to understand macroeconomics, being able to understand all those different things that will help them to better navigate in this space, being able to understand psychology of markets. Most people don't understand a lot of that stuff. And so it leads them open to getting scammed and rug pulled and just getting their money taken. And so the people who do know what they're doing, they will prey on your emotions. They know how to sell you. They know. They've mastered how to do this. This is nothing new. It happens in all markets, but particularly the reason why it's attractive in the crypto markets is because the market caps are extremely low. There's no regulatory oversight, so you can do whatever you want. Again, it's the Wild Wild West. Huge rewards, but it's also huge risk at the same time. And yeah, a lot of people get taken advantage of in this space. But a lot of that is their own fault because they're just not properly educated as they should be before getting involved in this space. You really have to take your time and learn as much as you can. And so, yes, that's absolutely correct. He also says that it's controlled by a powerful cartel of wealthy figures who, with time, have evolved to incorporate many of the same institutions tied to the existing centralized financial system they supposedly set out to replace. That is also correct. There's actually a handful of people, maybe a little bit more than a handful of people, but you know what I mean. There's a group of people who, basically these people, they just jump from project to project. They've started multiple different projects and they're just essentially controlling the whole market. They're creating one project here, another project there, another project there. And I get it. They're doing it to get the bag. I mean, let's be honest. Because at the end of the day, look, we want to say that the cryptocurrency, the technology, I invest my money off of the technology, yeah, but there's a few other things that I know I have to look at. Like, I have to be able to look at the marketing. I have to be able to look at, is it going to be something that people resonate with, which you would have referred to as the pumpamentos, I guess is what they call it. So that's a real thing in crypto. It's a real thing in crypto. I mean, we've seen it that majority of people are worried about their bags getting pumped. They could care less about the technology. We can see that just by the meme coins that exist. And speaking of meme coins, another thing that's not in this guy's favor, I got to go to one of the things that's not in this guy's favor is him and his partner, the other guy, I don't even know what the other guy's name, we'll just call him other guy. They're the founding fathers of this meme coin nonsense. I mean, they created Dogecoin. Let's keep it 100. Dogecoin, it made a lot of people money, but it also lost people a lot of money too. And so when you talk about the negative sides of the crypto market, well, y'all didn't exactly help by coming out with this Dogecoin anyway, because Dogecoin introduced Cumrocket and introduced SafeMoon and all these other cryptocurrencies that literally do nothing. They have to be willing to accept what they did that didn't exactly contribute in a positive way, as far as I'm concerned anyway, because a lot of the degenerative gambling stems from the meme coins that they're the founding fathers of. So we got to keep it 100 across the board. I agree with what he's saying, majority of what he's saying, but it's true that they contributed a lot to that other kind of stuff. And so that's what it is. Okay, he says, with time have evolved to incorporate many of the same institutions tied to the existing centralized financial system. Yeah, so you have people that's coming from the financial system, the centralized financial system, that's making their way over to the crypto market in order to basically just take over our market and merge it with theirs. And we should have known that this was going to happen anyway, because in all markets and all periods of time, the rich has always found a way to control the wealth of things. So the narrative of decentralization and everything being like equally distributed, that's just not going to be the case. It sounds nice. It's able to trigger emotion, especially for a lot of libertarians and those who support kind of the socialist ideology. It sounds really good to them, but to be honest with you, it's never been like that in history. Never been like that in history, and it's not going to change now. You know, the elites will find a way to control the bulk of anything that they feel is going to take off. If it's Bitcoin, they'll own majority of Bitcoin. That's why I believe, 50% of the Bitcoin is in 10,000 wallets, or 60% of the Bitcoin is in 10,000 wallets, or something like that. Some crazy statistic. You can go to almost any currency, almost any cryptocurrency, and you will see that there's usually a small amount of people who own a very large amount of the protocol. That's just human. That's the way it's always been. That's very difficult to break. Having it to where everything will be equally distributed amongst everyone is that's just marketing. They're just preying on your emotions at this point, because they know that they can get you with that. I'm a believer in the technology. I think the technology is solid. I believe that crypto is here to stay, but I'm also not going to act like I don't see things that I don't like. And that's the thing that I want people to see. Like, it's okay to be a bull on crypto. I'm a huge bull on crypto, but again, I'm not going to sit up there and act like I'm not going to see a lot of this stuff with the decentralization narrative, sticking it to the man, that whole kind of narrative and everything like that. Yet they do the complete opposite. So we just have to be mindful and aware of this stuff, man. You know, we really do. This guy, Jackson Palmer, is, first of all, he's mad that he didn't get the bag because he got rid of his coins. And I mean, that he's got to blame himself for that. But he is correct in what he's saying. As far as what happens in this space, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, in this space, and you'd be amazed at what's really going on behind the scenes. They talk about transparency. That's the other narrative that's associated with crypto. There's really not that much transparency. It's really not. You know, the majority of what goes on behind the scenes, you have no idea. And again, like I said, there is just a cartel. Like he said, there's a cartel of wealthy figures who they're controlling everything behind the scenes, and they jump from project to project, pumping their bags, and then they dump the price. They hurry up and get out. But the technology and some of these protocols are extremely powerful, and this is going to facilitate Web 3.0. I know it. That's what I believe. We just have to wait. It's very early, 12 years old. We got to give it a little bit more time. Crypto will take off a lot faster, and crypto will be a lot better for people once people become more educated. Period. That is the solution. People have to become more educated. But yeah, anyway, that's my take on this video. Like I said, I agree with some of the things that Jackson Palmer stated, but he's also got a couple eggshells on his face because, I mean, he dropped a pretty big bag, and I'd be pissed off too. But it is what it is at this point. You know, you're the founding fathers of the Dogecoin and meme coins, and I guess they can, you know, the guys who have invented Cum Rocket and SafeCoin and Safe Moon and all this other stuff, I guess they may be glad that you guys introduced the whole meme coin, meme currency thing, but honestly, I think it needs to go away. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace.